Ask yourself this. When was the last time you looked at a car and thought, it's more than transport, it's a reflection of the world we're living in right now? Because this machine in front of you, the 2026 Toyota Corolla Cross, isn't just another addition to the endless sea of crossovers. No, it's a cultural checkpoint. Here's the real question. What do people actually want from a car in 2026? Is it efficiency because fuel costs sieged our wallets? Is it technology because the smartphone rewired our brains? Is it safety because distraction and density rule our roads? Or is it still that human craving for beauty and presence, for design that draws not just your neighbor's eyes, but your own pride every time you walk up to it? Spoiler, Toyota tried to answer all of those questions in one compact crossover. Slide into this driver's seat with me. Immediately, look at the world through the windshield. It's wide, striking. The A-pillars, those vertical ribs framing your view, are shaved slimmer than before. And do you know why? Because Toyota read safety statistics. The IIHS has published for years how thick front pillars obstruct visibility at intersections, leading to preventable accidents. Toyota didn't ignore that footnote. They engineered around it. Think about that next time you pull up at a tricky T intersection. Would you rather crane your neck around a blind corner or let the design simply hand you clarity? This is not styling, it's foresight. And foresight, my friends, is priceless. Now glance up, the rear view. People complained about this. Oh yes. Early Corolla Cross models gave you rear visibility about as generous as a medieval arrow slit. Customers noted it, journalists flagged it, and forums roasted it. So what does Toyota do in 2026? They slice those rear headrests, carve the back window wider, and for the first time, you don't dread parallel parking. Motor Trend reported in a 2024 article, consumer frustration with compromised rear sight lines is steadily rising across all crossover segments. Toyota actually took that headline seriously. No smokescreens, no PR, just craft. So let me ask you, doesn't accountability feel refreshing in an industry that usually says, you'll take it how we made it? Look left, lean with me now. Big door window, clean, low belt line. The outside mirror, slim, aerodynamic, but with enough reflective surface that what you see is what's really there. No exaggerated objects, no carnival mirrors. And then quarter glass, that little triangle of glass tucked along the edge. You'd be surprised how your neurons relax when that blind spot melts away. Teaching a teenager to drive? Trust me, this matters. And cars that ignore it, well, they may look swoopy in commercials, but inside, they preach anxiety. This preaches calm. Shift right. Passenger side, mirror angled wide. Lane change confidence. That's the little detail you never remember to thank until the day it saves you. And here's a philosophical question. Would you rather your automaker chase magazine covers with dramatic coupe-like rear pillars and leave you stressed? Or quietly carve glass where it counts, so your blood pressure eases every time you merge? That's the silent argument playing in the automotive world today. The Corolla Cross has chosen its side. Have you? And then you look up. Sunroof. Actually, moonroof, if you prefer. A sheet of openness. There are studies, real ones, published in Environment and Behavior Journal showing that daily commuters with more access to Skyview report lower cortisol levels. Translation, less stress hormones. Toyota has literally designed cabin peace by allowing daylight in. Or starlight, if you're lucky. How many crossovers can you honestly say care about your weekday mood? It's unsettling, isn't it, to realize an ordinary Corolla Cross might know something about wellness most brands overlook. Let's linger in the cabin. Toyota's design shift here is more radical than it first appears. They ditched the plasticky trim critics once mocked. Surfaces? Softer, textured. Trim around vent windows. Metallic polish, no rattles. Infotainment screen? Floats center stage, crisp and sharp. Remember how, in the 2022 model, reviewers like Edmunds called the interior functional but uninspired? Compare that to now. Ambient lighting threads like veins. Switches give real, tactile feedback. Toyota quietly erased dullness. So the bigger question becomes, why are we still calling this a Corolla if the Corolla stereotype doesn't apply anymore? And under the hood, here lies the weightiest update, the hybrid. Not the hesitant early 2000s hybrid you tolerated in a Prius. This one's responsive, torque at 0 RPM. Tap the throttle, the electric motor pushes you smoothly forward like a gust. Fuel efficiency? Expect gains that put money right back at your fingertips. In an era of volatile gas prices, who doesn't want fewer stops draining 40, 50, 60 bucks every week? So I'll ask, is hybrid the perfect in-between? A bridge toward EV? Or the long-term solution we actually need because maybe we don't all want to fight for charging stations at 11 p.m. on a road trip? Which camp are you in? You notice something else? Ride height, traction controls, grip. Off-road? No, not like a Land Cruiser, but small adventures, the muddy drive to a cabin, snowy groceries in northern states. Toyota, tuned traction mapping for rougher detours. Here's tension. Some critics swore the Corolla lineage could never handle adventure. Are they wrong now? When we redefine adventure not as boulder crawling, but everyday resilience, snow days, gravel, a spontaneous forest trail, suddenly the Corolla Cross hybrid feels like the answer. Wouldn't you agree adventure today isn't Everest? It's everyday durability. Now it's night. Dashboard alive. Ambient glow subtle, like vents breathing with you. Infotainment crisp, faster than older laggy systems. And sound? The optional premium audio fills the car with warmth. Let me remind you, a decade ago, Corolla was shorthand for basic. Tonight, inside this 2026 model, it feels quietly luxurious. So where does that leave stereotypes now? And at what point do we, as consumers, admit Toyota stealthily turned the Corolla badge into something aspirational? Isn't that plot twist worth pausing on? Compare silhouettes. The early Corolla Cross was described by Consumer Reports as competent, if plain. But look here. Sculpted shoulders, stiffer stance, aggressive fascia. Public taste demanded beauty and brains. The Corolla Cross adapted. This is bigger than a model evolution. It's a mirror of how fast consumer desire shifts. We wanted reliable. Then we wanted stylish. Now we demand both simultaneously. Isn't it amazing that in just 4 years, the Corolla Cross transformed to embody both sides of that demand? But let's talk money. Because faces light up for features until we mention cost. Base trims, low to mid $20Ks. Even stretch into hybrid AWD, loaded with moonroof. You're grazing low $30Ks. Meanwhile, Honda oozes toward high 30s. Hyundai nibbling mid 30s. Mazda? Stylish but pricier. So question, who's more revolutionary? The brand dangling OLED screens at $40,000? Or the brand quietly protecting affordability without crippling design? Toyota's rebellion? They kept sanity alive in a spiraling market. And here's where the 2026 Corolla Cross transcends statistics. Because you start seeing yourself in it. Families see latch anchors, trunk space. Urban drivers see tight maneuverability. Weekend hikers see AWD peace of mind. Students see affordability. Retirees see comfort. Tech lovers see crisp interfaces. Everyone sees something. What other compact crossover makes everyone feel included at once, instead of narrowly chasing a niche aesthetic? So let me return to our very first question. What does this car say about the world of 2026? It says we can't settle for boring. It says affordability isn't dead. It says safety details matter more than dramatic silhouettes. It says wellness can live inside vent windows and starlit moonroofs. It says reliability no longer has to equal bland. The 2026 Corolla Cross makes an unflashy but undeniable statement. Progress doesn't have to be loud to be life-changing. And if there's one thing we can all agree on, whether you're looking through the windshield, peeking through the quarter glass, or gazing straight up into the stars, being behind the wheel of this car makes even an ordinary drive feel like proof that details aren't small. They're everything. This is the 2026 Toyota Corolla Cross. The quiet revolution. The everyday future. The story written on the road.